Hello and welcome to episode 7 of RhasuCraft. I am in Ezab1's world where we're going to put together an iron farm. Hopefully most of everything's already been prepared for because he has been wanting this all week long. And now we're here. Ezab1 is live with me over the radio and I am going to flip my camera around.
Over the radio.
Yep. Breaker 1 for radio check.
There's something really wrong with you.
I would not disagree. Love it.
She's so excited.
I'm in here with a giant slime in your glass area.
Why, yes. Are you really surprised? I did give you warning.
He sees me. I have nothing.
Giant slime.
Go away, slime. Ow, 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 ow. Oh no! Run away!
Sir, do you want to watch me beat him with chicken? Because I will beat him with.
What are you doing? Like dying or something?
You're gonna beat him with a chicken.
I'm showing you how it's done.
No, stay away! Alright, I'm gonna go in this hole. Woohoo!
Going down here is not a safe option.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Gave you warning. Yeah. A sword for you, sir.
Revenge is mine! Alright, so...
It took me a little bit to figure out how to,
Holy cow!
You told me the size, sir. I made it the size you wanted.
You went a little bit hot. Well, I guess I did tell you we were going to double stack it, didn't I?
You did.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hole. If you're unfamiliar with what a hole looks like, I'm just gonna step over here for a second, and I'm gonna look. See that little dot right over there? That's Ezab. This is a hole. I'm extremely impressed that you don't have slimes in here.
You realize that is purely accidental, and I am more than excited.
Wow.
I had to light the whole thing up, and in the middle of course, lighting it up, I had a variety of creepers spawn.
Oh boy.
They said, "It's our last chance. Let's get him."
Is that a bed?
She may have left the bed up there. Yes. Your eyes are better than mine because I had not noticed yet.
I was like, that's not where we're putting the boss? Alright, well, let's see here.
Well, it could be where we put the boss.
I take it you haven't... no, that's too high. So, what we gotta kind of do here is map things out a little bit. So you should be exactly perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which way is it gonna face? Which way do you want the villagers to face?
It doesn't matter to me as it is a square.
Oh. Well, as you have this thing, this is a wall. That is a wall. The villagers. Let's see here. Where is... Okay, you know what? You're going to walk over here. So I think the villagers should be facing whatever direction this is. Or facing out from. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and throw down just to map out what we got going on here.
I'm bringing stone bricks down.
Perfect.
I plan on making this out of stone brick because I have too much stone brick.
That's a good reason. I'm trying to figure out center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So half of 16 is 8. So 3, 6, 7, 8. That should be the center, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they're already created.
Whee!
Just surprisingly empty.
I just noticed the coral.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What did you do, sir? Did you move on your way back down?
Apparently, yes, I did.
Oh,
All right.
good. I haven't dummy proofed that one yet.
See, I say to myself, I shouldn't just do a solid block of recording because it's painful to edit, but then I lose such treasures as me falling off the edge and dying. This isn't the way it's going to end up being. I just want to make sure I got my coordinates right.
Oh, gotcha.
Need to make sure it looks correct before I start actually building anything, and unfortunately the water's one of the more important parts of it, so you have to make sure that the ring on the outside is correct. Alright, so then I'm almost willing to bet this isn't big enough.
You're good at that, though. Come on now.
So, yeah, this is clearly not big enough.
The entire space, or?
Well, no,
What
what
you-
I'm building.
Okay.
Because here's the
Like,
center.
oh, come on.
This is the center, and so basically, because of math, and I'm good at it,
Are you?
I am super good at the math. It needs to be one
You
bigger.
want to be?
So this is a bed, this is a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then plop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You gotta be kidding me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once I get rid of this. Alright, I think I got that part done. Alright, so obviously this here will be the spawning area. This right here will be where the villagers reside, which gives you this much space right here to walk in here and interact. So really, you'll only have, like, because this area right here will be the way to interact. It'll be a, is that okay?
Yeah, totally fine. If it's
Alright,
not, I'll dig a little bit out of the wall and make it wider.
Alright, I'm about to say, because I could probably move this back a little bit and be okay.
Well, honestly, if we just use like stairs, like back here, you can raise it up a few levels and get up here without even having to jump or anything.
The only issue.
Oh yeah, you don't want mobs or zombies or anything to get near them. So
That's
okay.
yeah, exactly. So that's why mine's you got to jump up, which isn't a big deal. You can do things to put stairs in that'll protect them. The next step shall be item collection, so that would be magma. This would be a minecart. This would be a hopper. Oh no. So magma, minecart. Oh, I didn't need to put up that way. You know what? A little extra space never hurt anybody. So that'll be the bottom of the kill zone. This thing's going to be up high. And we have to kind of build from the bottom up. Hey, it looks like a mushroom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oop.
You complaining about? Oh.
So just a kind of a review to where we're at right now. The basics are you need to spend some time and figure out, first of all, where you need to put your iron farm. Sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it definitely did. The next thing you need to do is figure out how you're going to do your item sorting. That's pretty easy. In this case, we're using hoppers in a mine cart with a hopper in it. And finally, after mapping everything out, you need to go ahead and build stuff. At this point, I'm filling in the spawning platform for the iron golem. After this, we're going to be putting in the villager stuff.
Wow, sir, you get a lot of things done pretty quickly.
Well, it helps that I've built this like 3 times now. So I'm going to build a ledge around. Now, I've seen some other versions where they put like a staircase or something on the outside, and I despise that because that requires water logging the staircase, and that generally makes a bigger mess than it's worth. So what I do instead is I put a fence on top of it, and that generally keeps the mobs from spawning up here. So in the corners, I'm going to build up a little bit and put a block right here. And what that does is it prevents an infinite water source from being created when we start filling in the water. The math says that water only goes 8 blocks. Be interested to see if you have the same water bug that I have.
Oh, good.
Right there. That should create an infinite water source. And it looks like, why did this one go for, you know what? It's not worth worrying about. Alright, you know what? No. We can do this with water. Viewers out in the world, water should be the last thing you do. The reason I'm putting in water right now is because I'm underground, and it is always dark. That means there's always a chance for creepers and other monsters for appearing, and I'm not interested in that. So this reduces the risk of that to 0. But the next step after this is to build the platform for the beds, and then villagers, and that will be a challenge. So now, what I'm going to do to protect my silly butt is to put a piece of glass right there, and then I'm going to go up. How many do I want to go up? Let's see here. This is the size of a man. This is the size of an iron golem. So, what I need to do... Because the lava goes right here on this block. So I'm just going to replace this piece of glass with that. There we go. So you can go underneath this thing and fall into the magma and then approximately die. Or... I should probably put this here so that way it doesn't. So I just need to remember how I went about. I think I had a piece of sign right here, and then I built the sign up to there, and then I went out. I'm going to review this part in more depth in just a little bit. Alright, so like so. Yes. And then we'll put, so I'm using dirt right now because I want to block this easily removable. So now we're going to be building the platform for the villagers. I'm going to go down 2 from the ledge and then out several, so that way there's space for the beds, and that's pretty much it. What we have in this space right here is where the villagers are going to go, and ideally I'm not supposed to be in here. And I will lay out 10 or 11 beds right here, and we will get all the, I think all we really need is 2, because I don't see any point in just keeping on grabbing them. So we'll get the 2 over here, and they will breed up 11. And then once we get to 11, hopefully they will stop breeding. And then we will move the boss, and I will show you guys how to get the boss villager. We'll separate him from, the rest of them. At which point we'll move him out there into the center. And once he's situated and taken care of, we move on to the next step, which is locking the other villagers down and maybe breeding another to replace the boss, which sometimes screws everything up. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't built one of these since they patched to the 1.13, so there's a chance that it won't be as painful as it has been in the past. So right now we're just waiting on Ezab to procure the villagers, which I believe it sounds like he has. Is it nighttime?
Should look. It is nighttime.
Oh. Hello, my dude.
Oh. Alright, I got Bodie McBoatface. We're rolling out to look for no villager in that bed. Case. I don't need the bed now.
Alright.
The bed's not moving. Seems like they're married. Not doing anything.
First try. I'm so happy.
What'd you get?
He's down
Get him all the way down or just down the first flight?
the first flight. Row, row, row your boat gently across the glass. Oh, he's right where I need to go to get down there. Alright. There we go.
Bye-bye.
Me
There
just
we go.
like
And then back up.
to the top.
Yep. And then we're just gonna.
Doris is in there.
Bye-bye.
Hey, that's another way of doing it. Get in there, dingus.
Got the ones down here, so that should be all the beds down.
They're in where they're
Or
supposed to be.
in this area.
They're where they're supposed to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 villagers where they're supposed to be, and we have a cat that has spawned up here, which means that the spawning platform is correct in placement and everything like that, which means once we fill up the rest of this with villagers, we shall have an iron farm, assuming everything is correct. So, time to make some more beds. After this point, my audio cut out, so I'm going to be doing voiceovers for most of this. So this last couple bits here are the process of selecting the boss villager. The boss villager is probably the most complicated and frustrating part of the whole thing. In order to determine who the boss is, you have to place and then destroy the villager bell repeatedly, and after you determine who the boss is, you need to reboot Minecraft and make sure it's the same guy. If it's not the same guy, what you need to do is lock the villager in using a point of interest and then trade with him one time, and that will lock it in. And that's what we're about to see here, is me locking in the villager, if you haven't already seen it.
Oh.
After you've locked in the boss villager, you now need to move him into that central area that we built earlier. I've discovered the easiest way of doing that is kind of tricking the villager to moving where you want him to go using his own bed. So once you've locked in the villager, you've determined that he's the boss and he's not going to change. You lock him in, you move him up here using the bed method. It's relatively easy. It's just you have to do it at night, otherwise it does not work as easily. But once you get him all the way up here and in his bed, asleep, very important that he's asleep, you place 2 glass blocks on the area that I'm showing, and then you destroy everything around him so he can't move anywhere else. So once the boss villager has been placed into his location in the center of the spawning bed area, we're going to place the lava, and that is the final part of the actual like difficult bits of this, and then we move on to the next hard part. The final part to make the iron farm activate and work is you need to now give professions to all of the villagers in the holding area. You do this by placing a point of interest or a workstation, like a lectern or a fletching table or any of those other weird items that have just recently been introduced. And it is my opinion and that you take the time to get the trades that are going to be most useful to you personally. Lecterns make librarians. Librarians have enchanting books as their trades, and you really need stuff like mending and depth strider and silk touch and all that good stuff. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it here. Unfortunately, the video, like I said before, the audio cut out, so you're listening to me post-production talking about stuff. Anyway, as a final note, I leave you with EZAB 1.
Goodbye, everybody.